Welcome to Katie's and Ryan's Adventures. It's embarkation day. We're heading off on a 5-night cruise to France aboard Fred Olsen's Balmoral, and we couldn't be more excited. It's our first ever Fred Olsen cruise. We arrived at the City Cruise Terminal in Southampton and were pleasantly surprised. Check-in was a breeze. There was hardly anyone around and the whole process took the best part of 5 minutes, quickest check-in we've ever experienced. Before we knew it, we were stepping on board Balmoral. She's one of Fred Olsen's smaller, more intimate ships, and that's exactly what we love. The crew welcomed us with friendly smiles, and within minutes we were exploring the ship and settling into what felt like our home at sea. Our cabin was ready for when we boarded, so we dropped off our bags and unpacked. We have a full tour of our inside cabin. Head over to our channel to check it out. Balmoral was ready to set sail. We casted off and left Southampton behind. Let's enjoy some shots of our sail away through the Solent before having a pre-dinner snack. In this 3-part series, we'll be rating every plate that we eat on board, from 1 star being the lowest and 5 being the highest. As Ryan's colleagues on the pilot boat approached and the pilot disembarked, we were well on our way to our first port on the cruise, St. Malo. It was time to get ready for a drink in the observatory before heading to the main dining room for our first dinner on board. We headed back to our cabin to get changed so we could head out for a walk around the promenade deck before bed. Before dinner, we left a note to our stewardess asking if she could put the single beds together. Not all beds on Balmoral are movable to make a king, but luckily ours was. Time to burn off some calories from dinner before heading to bed. Our first port of call was the stunning walled city of Malo, on the northwest coast of France. We arrived on day 2, and since Balmoral was anchored in the harbour, we tendered into port, a little boat adventure of its own. We have visited St Malo a few years ago for the day during the winter. It was nice to spend the day wandering the cobbled streets, exploring charming little shops and soaking in the views from the city walls during the warmer month of May. We headed to one of the 3 main dining rooms for breakfast. In here, they offer a buffet service as well as a table service. St Malo is a charming walled town on Brittany coast. It's known for its rich maritime history and once served as a base for French pirates. Today, it's a mix of historic stone buildings, quaint cafes and cobbled streets. We spent the day walking around, exploring little shops and enjoying the seaside views. We can't go abroad without trying the local food. It's half the experience. We tried some local crepes and they were delicious. find harbour tours of St Malo down by the harbour. Time to head back to the ship for some afternoon tea. The lines were released and we were on our way to the River Seine, which would eventually lead us to our next port of Rouen. Around a week before our cruise, we were notified that there was an itinerary change. Originally, after the port of St Malo, we would spend a sea day circumnavigating around the Channel Islands. However, this got cancelled due to strong winds, and therefore we sailed overnight around the northern coast of France and into the River Seine, where we would spend 2 nights in Rouen, instead of an overnight stay that was originally planned. Pretty exciting, as this was our first sail up a river in France, and Rouen was a new port for us. We enjoyed a drink at the bottom of the atrium before heading to dinner. After dinner, we enjoyed some live music in the Bookmark Cafe. Time for our after-dinner walk around the promenade deck. We took in some views of Jersey and Guernsey along the way. The waves started to pick up, so we headed to our cabin and went to bed. Coming up next, join us for part 2 as we sail up the beautiful River Seine. Take an afternoon stroll along Ruins River. Check out some entertainment in Neptune's Lounge and head to Paris the next morning. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. See you next time.